Good morning, you sexy stories nerds, you. I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't know, I like it. Anyway, today we're talking about Mansfield. We have been open 3 months today. November the 13th, we opened. It is now February the 13th. And it's been an amazing, amazing 3 months. And I want to run through just some of the bits and pieces with you guys because I can't lie, I am incredibly relieved. Oh, relieved is the word. My wife said, please don't do it. Don't expand. I had an investor, a friend of mine, who's invested a few £100,000 in me in the business. And he was saying, Dean, are you sure you should do it? It's good. Life's good. Why do you want more? I had my mum and dad saying, Dean, I'm not so sure about Mansfield. And when I said I wasn't doing it, they said, oh, I can't lie. I'm so relieved because my best part of the business as well, he's like, I think he's 25% shareholders now or 20%. Anyway, and he was like, don't do it. Why are we doing this? Why are we taking the risk? It's a 7-figure investment. I'm like, don't worry. I got this. And I still don't have this. Cash flow, don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near as bad as when we had Willoughby. I had bills come up my eyeballs when we set up Willoughby. Willoughby was over £1 million to set up. And all I had was a site in Beverley doing 20 grand profit. That's it. That's it. Where the hell was I going to get that money from? Anyway, luckily, I had another podcast where I created a bit of software and sold hundreds of thousands, over £100,000 worth. And it was made net profit over 100,000. And so I could put that in there. And then as well, Betfair sponsored the podcast, £30,000 a year as well. So I could put that money in. So I was having like £130,000 going in. And then we did revenue, we learned and educated ourselves, did revenue management at Beverley. And so we put all Beverley's profit in there. And then we got friends, families, fools, investing us. And it was stressful, really, really stressful. And don't get me wrong, this is still stressful because I'm a person who always pushes cash flow. And I can't tell you too much about this, but I got a warning on last week because I was talking to one mentor of mine and one of his friends was over leveraged with debt. And it's like a pack of cards is debt. When one thing goes wrong, it can affect the rest of it. So please, please, please just be careful. And it was a warning. It really was. It was an eye-opener for me to think, okay, let's not be stupid about this. Let's make sure that we have money coming in and we don't over-egg ourselves. I mean, there's overstretch ourselves, egg ourselves. I always say over-egg. I don't know where over-egg comes from. I think I come from because when you cook an egg, I've over-egged it and I've done it too much and now it's hard. The yellow's hard. I don't know. But that's maybe where it comes from when I say it. I don't want to over-egg myself and stretch myself too thin. So we've got another site, heads of terms. It is going to be a container site, but there's a lot of work to do to the groundwork. So that's going to be a lot of, I don't know how much money, but it's going to be a sizable chunk. And there's another site that I'm looking for as well. And so it's just a little warning just to think, do I want to overexpand? Because if this entrepreneur that I know has overstretched himself with cash flow, and I consider him to be very, 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 very smart individual, do I want to do the same? And I don't want to put that pressure on me. So at the minute now, I'm going through all cash flows and everything to make sure that I'm okay, but we're okay. If X happens, we do Y. If Y happens, then we're okay because of this. And so, it was just a warning. Nobody said to D, it's a warning for you, but it's just, I took it as like, okay, right. If that can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. So I suppose this is a message for everybody out there. Just be careful because I aren't venture-backed. I could be venture-backed if I want to be, but in self-storage, it's a capital-intensive business. My wife keeps saying, but it's a good business. Look how much money we're making. Yeah, but Claire, we paid £38,000 a month back in repayments. 88 grand a month in repayments. So, yes, it's a great business on the face of it, but £38,000 plus I pay my dad 15 grand a month as well because we're paying him out. So you're talking 38, 48, 50, 55 grand, 55 grand a month going out. Pew, gone. And so the business needs to make 600 grand before it even wets its own face. So yes, it's a very, very good business, this storage, but please recognize that it's a capital intensive business, especially when you're doing something like Mansfield indoor site. So when I look at these figures now, back to Mansfield, going right round back to Mansfield, and I'm looking at it, the overall action feeling I get is relief. So we've hit over 10,000 on the 10th, because this is when I do all the notes over the weekend and stuff. On the 10th, it was 10,160. I think it's a tad more now, but 10,160 on the 10th was the amount of lettable square foot, which is absolutely frigging incredible. I've been looking today, this morning, it's Monday morning when I'm recording this, I've been looking today at the data, and I always do a best case, worst case, and a best case, a worst case, and a medium case. And I always go for the medium case. Best case, I put would do 1,000 square foot a month. That don't get me wrong, that's over a long period of time. So that's over, I think, for the first 24 months, or until we get 25 months, until we got full. So that we're still, if we hit that, I'll still be really, really happy. But we've done an average of 3,300 square foot, 3,350 square foot per month. But obviously we haven't had churn yet. And so it will start slowing down. In the early stages, yes, you are filling up faster than you will do, a year into this journey. So for one example, Clough Road started really, really well, and we still only got 12,000 square foot occupied after 2 years. And don't get me wrong, Mansfield's a better location, better position, bigger site, etc. And Mansfield's got less competition, so Mansfield will beat that. But it, just to show you that it will, the expansion, the lettable square foot moving in will slow down over a period of time. So best case, my projections were 1,000 square foot. Let's see if I've got them here. I don't know if I've got them up. And Mansfield worst case, yeah. Copy of Mansfield. Yes, I've got best case here. Best case, I put £22 per square foot. We'll beat that. We're not now because we're in lease up, but we'll beat that when it's maturity. So I put 1,091 square foot per month is what the best case scenario was, £22 per square foot. We will beat that eventually, but probably not in the early years. Worst case, I put fill up at 531 square foot per month and £16 per square foot. And it's still, after year 4, still had a 30% return cash on cash. Brilliant. So really, really good, happy there. So let's go back to where we're actually at. So they're the projections. I would do worst case, best case, and middle case. Obviously, I want the middle case, what we go off. I want it to be beatable, achievable, attainable, and I want the cushion there, because heaven forbid if we have a lockdown again or if anything happens, then I want to make sure that we're okay. And so the middle ground, that's almost like, that's a very, very least that we expect here. And I also do cash projections on worst case as well, just to make sure that we're not in that horrible position of being over leveraged. And do you know what? It always costs more than you expect it to. We've had to buy extra doors, then we've had to buy this matting for around the front, then there's the sides, and there's the gate that we didn't expect, then there's the palisade fencing that costs more. Everything costs more than you expect. So just be aware that you can, 10, 20% on, because there's things, even now there's things I'm like, I forgot all about that. And things go wrong as well. Electrics, iron, scissor lifts and stuff to get stuff done. There's always something more. Right, so let's go back to this, the results and where we are at the minute with Mansfield. So I want to firstly just make a massive, massive shout out to Katie. She's the manager of Mansfield, but we do have she's a manager of Mansfield. She looks after it, she looks after the reports, etc. But we also have other people supporting in the reservations, because it's not just like, oh, it's Mansfield, so that's Katie's quote to do. Oh no, so whoever gets our best, we're on it all the time on the quote. So Katie, fantastic. Angela, everybody's got nicknames. Angela, she'd be absolutely fantastic. She's the overall manager. We've got JP, the manager at Clough Road and Beverley, absolutely awesome as well. And Jackie Boy seems to be hitting the reservations, winning the reservations race every single week. He is our sales expertise guy. We got him from Moundy. A big shout out to Ollie Dunn, who got him. He is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Do you know what? I know teams genuinely say this, but I couldn't ask for a better team. These people are the backbone of the company. Without them, we don't have any company. And I'm incredibly grateful that, do you know what I think I am? I'm a collector of awesome people. And every single person there I'm looking is better than me in some way, shape or form. Most ways, to be honest. But yeah, just look down the list. They're brilliant. Absolutely. I couldn't ask for a better team. And if you're an awesome person, by the way, we're always looking to expand that team. Hit me up, deanbooty@icloud.com if you want to work for us. Because, yeah, if you're an awesome person, then I collect awesome people. And could tell straight away, KTO was awesome with a LinkedIn, and she got drunk at the event. So I'm like, tick the box, let's do it. Angela, I saw her, first of all, working for Armadillo, and she wouldn't bloody leave me alone until I booked a unit, even though I didn't use a unit, didn't even need a unit. I was just pretending to be a customer, but I couldn't get rid of her. She was that good. I booked a unit, didn't even use it. I'm like, why? Why did I do that? JP, he's a Man United fan, but we've let him off for that. He was a pub manager. He had his own pub, and I believe that anybody who's had their own business knows if you've done that, then you've got my full respect. And JP's been an absolute great addition to the team. Jackie Boy, all he done source that one for us. Audi salesman, didn't want to work Audi anymore, wanted to sell space. And who says self-storage isn't sexy? Anyway, so firstly, I just want to say thank you to you guys. Absolutely brilliant. Some key stats. The average unit size is 74 square foot per unit. So it's none of these big industrial type units, 6,000 square foot for tool hire or whatever. Order 74 square foot per unit. We're 49% full on the first phase. So that's really, really good. First of all, we're focused on occupancy. The price per square foot isn't good at the minute. I've took many, many, many people's advice on this, and ultimately we're cheap until we hit cash flow break even. As soon as we hit cash flow break even, then we start looking, because we want to get people in, get people paying, get the occupancy. Yes, we are cheap at the minute. There's no doubt about it. But this next month, we keep getting loads of emails. We was 3 months half price first of all, and now we've changed it. Most of our rooms are 8 weeks half price. Some of our rooms are 4 weeks half price. Because we've been open 3 months, next month I'm really excited to see because we will see the first time that people are paying the full rate. So that revenue should jump. That'll be really, really nice. So I'm happy about that. So once we hit the break-even point, then we can do, we can look at implied affordability. 6.5% of the average income can be spent on self-storage. That came from America, and a mentor in this country as well who found out from America. And so that's interesting because applied affordability means that it should be gross £26 per square foot. So that is really exciting. And then we're going to start looking at street rates, increasing street rates, etc. So first of all, long story short, we focus on occupancy. We get the cash in, we get the people in, because we can still do our revenue management when people are in, but we first of all got to get them in, got to get them rooms rented out. But they're empty, we might as well have them. People paying less, first of all. Don't get me wrong, it's not too less. It's only 15% than the market, but it's still a little bit less, and we've got bigger offers, etc. Or we're matching the offers, because around those, everybody does 3 months at half price. So yes, we will then have increases into our street rates, and then we'll have rent reviews, etc., and make sure that we do our revenue management. And so firstly, I just want to say that, yeah, I'm very, very, very relieved that we've got 10,000 square foot in. We're taking 300 grand at Clough Road at 12,000 square foot, just over 300 grand. And so even if we stick to this level, we should be able to take 300 grand at this site, which means I don't know about break even. I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my I can't remember off the top of my head. Right, so that's it. I'll put here a little note here. Don't you forget your little storage nerds. I have a course coming out that shows you the whole process in finding this perfect site, how I found it, what I did, even down. I paid £10,000 for this, by the way. It's stupid, but I paid £10,000 for a 1-day course, and it was all about how to position yourself as the expert in terms of writing a lease proposal. And so I'm going to give you that as well in the course. So I'm going to have to write that down because that's a selling point. £10,000 for a day, and it just makes you look more of a serious buyer. So yeah, really interesting stuff there. Right, my friends, tomorrow we're looking on comparison, Willoughby and Beverley, year on year, 2023 and 2024. Really interesting stats. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.